come in
both
from
ways.
the west and the east.
Are we talking about Sokovo?
Yeah, and like set up a checkpoint or some shit just to prevent any kind of QRF on either side, and then have 2 squads just take one side, north side, south side, clear it fucking left or right.
Yeah, let me pull up not the old
There's
bat,
also the
the
trees
upload.
out to the west, like in through here.
Yeah.
I know there's like no elevation or anything, but maybe we could use the fucking crows system just to give us that like extra, like 2 or 3 meters or whatever.
The call sign
And
is
sort
net
of like a
714.
support
I'll
by
copy
fire
over.
somewhere in through here.
1412 Alpha Lima Charlie. How may over?
To kind of cover the advance across that whole open field right there.
Yeah, and then have 1-4 set up on this side,
12
watching
Alpha
like
is 714.
all these roads.
Fucking hate Sosa.
Yeah, all those. Well, I mean, they could really come in from any direction. If we were to set up checkpoints on like both sides, they could still easily just come in like direct north, or even go like all the way around and then come in from direct south.
That's true.
My main
But if
concern
we-
is how open this is. If they get a warrior up, or any kind of IFV up on this elevated terrain looking down into the town, our Vics are fucked. Or even just an RPG team. I think if we do set up a checkpoint, it's going to be wise to have maybe 1-4 there. So at least then they can, if they're out of the town, they already have eyes on all this open ground to engage those IFVs and neutralize them, hopefully before they have a chance to pin or fuck up the platoon.
Put 1-4 on this side, because that's really where the threat would be coming from, is from this.
Yeah,
from Polshishkino.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like there's any troops here or in Zavitso. It's just, yeah, that's probably going to be their
User
main
joined your channel.
QRF route, unless they, for whatever reason, go wide and try flank us. But in that case, I'm sure. I mean, there's all this tree line here that we'd spot them in anyway before they even get within firing distance.
We can't forget about air as well.
I like having that Vic over here.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about the approach, because the approach is going to be probably the hardest part. Once you get inside, then we're going to have all that hard cover and everything, and we can have air and, other squads, whoever that might be, kind of, set up a perimeter. But I think the approach is probably going to be the hardest part, especially if we take the Vics in, because, I mean, they're definitely going to have RPGs inside that town.
What about... So I think the general route they're obviously going to be doing is leaving main ECP and coming up, just going basically straight north. There's this ridge line that follows around here. What if we left the Vics on this side of the ridge line and had them use their turrets for suppressive fire? Hopefully none of them get blown up, and then we could always have... I think, Scott, you suggested this 1 or 2 elements flanking from either side, almost kind of surrounding them. The biggest issue is this is really open terrain. I feel having Echo 1 be ready to lay down mortars is going to be big on this tonight, whether it be HE or smoke. After Sunday 1-2 getting fucking squad wiped from crossing with limited smoke, I think that should definitely be a priority on our assault.
If you take a look at the contour lines, they're really far away from each other, so there's not much elevation. So all of that is flat. really flat. I see your idea, and I have the same idea, but instead of just holding fire or having a support by fire position, going straight into the objective.
Well, then just drive in.
And having a platoon line, yeah.
Like,
well, if we can do that fast, I think that we could get away with that. If we were to come in from the west and, really have that raid mentality, get across that field in a squad line as quickly as possible, we can have 2 squads, we could say 2 squads get in there and they just start clearing buildings, and that is what they're going to be doing. And then we have another 2 squads focused just on finding a good place to set up on either side of the town, or, finding some kind of position to hold the town and have just focus on this, all of us inside of here. And then, they can secure like to the west as we retreat back after the 2 squads have retrieved the 2 journalists. We also have to think about setting up an LZ to exfiltrate the guys as well. That was the thing.
Well, does the con-op say that's how we're exfilling them? Because I thought,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, secure an LZ for exfil. I was going to say, worst case scenario, if LZ can't be established, we just throw them in the back and convoy back, but then obviously that opens us up to ambush, and I'm fully expecting some kind of MSR, even possibly in the long run, whether it's from, what is this?
User joined your channel.
To either go north and come long, or to go south, pushing across MSR Jackson and try to come up
User
our ass
disconnected
from
your channel.
the south. But
I'm really hoping that we have fucking support from the UN, because they could hold this, and let's say we can't set up an LZ anywhere around here. We could bring the journalists back to the VIX. Let's say that we just brought them here, right? We drive them down to like this field right here, have the helicopters meet us right in there, and then we can exfiltrate them from there, and then take
User
the convoy back all the rest of the way.
yeah,
But then that would require the UN to step in.
I think we should just.
And I don't know.
User
Yeah,
joined
we
your
should just
channel.
forget about any outside help. Figure
yeah.
this out on our own.
Okay.
yeah.
I'm down.
And then if outside help does become available, I mean, we can always adapt to that as comes. The general idea and thesis for that is down, but do we want to? How many? So we're having the entire platoon push into objective Groundhog.
Yeah, let's go with that scenario for now. I mean, it doesn't have to be the plan, but let's just go off of that so we just
Okay.
can start talking about it.
So that's what? How many fucking elements is that? So that's what? 4 squads. So let's split the town into 4.
Well, we still need the 2 squads to hold security, so we could even have it just
North and south of the
north and
MSR.
south. Yeah, that'd probably be
That's
the best we
true.
could do. But even then, we'd have to set phase lines so that they could move up together. Because if we have one squad who's just flying through like the southern side, and the north side has a ton of resistance, that opens up to whoever's taking the south to get flanked from the north to the south and kind of cross that road.
Yeah.
Unless we have an element that can both watch into the town and also watch outside the town. And frankly, I don't know if we're going to have any of the squads are going to have enough numbers to be able to do that.
Maybe cut it up like that. Phase lines.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing I'm worried about with something like that, only having 2 squads clearing, is what's stopping these enemy forces from executing these journalists? Like, should we perhaps instead try, obviously conduct platoon attack and security on this area,
User
but
joined
do
your
we
channel.
want to try and conduct it with the speed and fluidity of a raid compared to how slow our platoon attacks normally are? Because normally it's, you know, bounding up or we'll get bogged down under fire and everything kind of just comes to a screeching halt, and then it gets, put back on its rail.
I would say yes. Treat it like a raid. Because there's so much open ground out here. It's out in the middle of nowhere.
It's, yeah.
We can use that to our advantage. Like I said, we still have the airframes, so maybe we could have all 4 elements go in to start clearing objective
User
Groundhog
joined your channel.
while we have, an ISR just, what's the word, like loitering around objective Groundhog. If they see any suspicious activity, we have a squad that is dedicated while they're clearing to react to anything that's coming from the outside. So like we'll just take, for example, 1-4. They're helping clear whatever. We have like a convoy that ISR sees coming in from the north. 1-4 can then stop clearing and then, move to engage, not outside the town, but, get set up to engage that convoy that's coming in from the north, just for an example. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I like that idea a lot.
What do you
Yeah.
guys think?
Yeah,
So sounds good.
would you say like give 1-3 like this side and there, and then the other squad have that side?
What's that? I don't know what your point. Oh,
Yeah, I mean, we can turn them into colored sectors. We'll do.
Yeah, we'll make it look nice and fancy.
I'll slap down a yellow sector now. Is Gal having issues or?
it's a small section.
User joined your channel.
I'd be more inclined to treat it as a battle drill 1, because there's going to be crossfire.
Oh yeah, crossfire is gonna be pretty much fucking.
Yeah, but go with phase lines though, and then that way, like,
Yeah, but how would we?
Carnivale's point earlier, like you wouldn't have a squad like, push through that super quick while this guy's bogged down up here. That's how you get crossfire.
Well, that's what the support by fire and the attack by fire element would be for. You got 1-3 and 1-1 breaching in from the west.
Yeah, I would say like these guys, like seriously, the security needs to be like off to the fucking northeast and the northwest.
I would say northwest, because northeast, that just leaves their whole flank open. Plus, on that south side, it's like 8 meters below objective groundhog, so they wouldn't even be able to see to the north of objective groundhog.
What do you guys
They
think
would definitely
about?
have to be somewhere west.
What do you guys think about those two phase lines? I don't think it's going to be worth splitting it into any more than, three
that's good.
subsections. Okay. Does 1-3 want to take the north or the south?
Dude, I don't know what our numbers are going to be tonight.
Yeah, I think we have to look at
maybe
that
if
first.
we do it based off of numbers then.
Yep.
Yeah, I think
mean-
we should just get rid of the 1-3 and 1-1 breach and just let that kind of be whoever has the
Fluctuate,
most
yeah.
numbers. Yeah.
Like a two squad breach, just call it that.
Fuck, where's the color? That. Yeah, Sosa's got it.
I mean,
Why-
I guess.
What is
sorry, you go first.
ABF? Assault by fire?
Hmm?
ABF, assault by fire.
User joined
Yeah.
your channel.
When it comes to... Okay, never mind.
Where would that one squad be assaulting?
Straight into the north in the southern sector of the town.
But you've already got a squad that's going to be pushing through there.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean...
this was my initial idea. Obviously, you guys beat me to it before I made the idea. I think your idea works, but I kind of wanted to have two different sectors of entry, but then that leaves us. Well, it won't actually. It'll leave us with more security. It'll leave us with less exposed flanks. If say 1-4 and 2 are here, 1-2 can attack by fire, 1-4 can support by fire, and watch 1 and 1-3's entry into the town to the west, and simultaneously with a second machine gun team watch to this north, leaving room to utilize QRF.
I'm just worried about the west because looking at the terrain right here, this thing right here is like a couple, I don't know, it was like 6 meters when I just checked it higher. So they would only be able to see out to right here. You know what I'm saying? Like they wouldn't be able to see past that. So that leaves the whole western arc exposed, as well as still the north side.
So
because they're most likely going to be coming in north. If they're trying to get here snappy, they realize we're trying to get in and get out, they're going to be like, okay, well, we have to respond to this quickly. So they're not going to try to go all the fucking way around. They're going to just, beeline it from whatever that place is to objective groundhog.
I mean,
just so they can support their guys.
We could shift them further out to here. It's about 4 meters higher, but then that means we're essentially conducting a semicircle around them. But I feel like Sosa solved that problem by having 2 MG teams kind of in the middle and then having the rest of them there. One thing I think will be important is whoever's on the SBF position, the squad medics either breaching or in the SBF need to have CCP set up, and in the event of a mass cas, which squad is going to be responsible for QRF? I don't think it should be either of the 2 clearing. I think they should just focus straight on clearing. In the event of mass cas for either one of those squads, I think whoever is accompanying 1-4 up on that hill should push in and just take over.
You talk about if they have a mass cas, that MG team up there?
No, so let's say whoever takes Southern has an MCI. Right. 1-4 is up here with another squad, whether it be 1, 2, or 3. Whoever is up with 1-4, in the event the Southerners have a mass cas, they will push in, take over clearing, and eliminate the rest of the contact, pinning them down, while that squad who MCI just focuses on their casualties. And then, CCPs can be set up as they continue to push through the town.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, because we do have to consider that there's going to be probably a lot of casualties because we're going to be moving fast, and that's just the way the clearing is with, frankly, the AI. Usually there's at least one casualty when you go into a building. There's other guys there, so I think that's a good idea.
Especially with how many rounds these FOK guys tank. I mean, it was what, half a meg the other day for me to kill one, and they don't flinch. But yeah. And then obviously, even if it's medics and CLSs on other front lines and they're kind of 20, 30 meters behind everyone else, or the rest of the squad clearing, and just slowly kind of pushing up, following them.
What's
I
that,
have
Scott?
this mark up here. I was thinking, like, as we're setting up, like, maybe small MG teams. I don't know, 1-4 if you guys have the ability, but even split off somebody on the north side. So basically, we surround the town.
So the idea was to put one MG team on the west side and one with AT team. That way, the QRF that comes in most likely be
User
mobile,
joined your channel.
meaning like vehicles. So splitting those guys, given the numbers, of course, splitting those guys up into an MG and an AT team gives us the ability to neutralize the QRF or the flanking at us. The support by fire position is really modular. But we got to keep in mind that when we get there, everything's going to maybe even completely change. 1-4 would probably go straight in, or 1-4 will hold a sector of security and air can have a kill box fucking right here or something of the sorts. I mean, there's a lot of different
User
ways to
joined your
approach it.
channel.
Yeah, I think air is going to be key here, to be honest with you, just because of the terrain and, frankly, how many guys we're going to have or how many we're not going to have. They're going to be absolutely vital to holding that security around Objective Groundhog as the squads and the ground forces move through to clear. We also could, I know I don't mean to completely destroy just get rid of everything that we just talked about. Bro. But we could also come in from the south to the north. We don't have to come in from the west, especially since we're going to have these support by fire positions and everything down here to the south. It might be better, especially thinking now, because, if a vehicle gets destroyed, we lose it for 2 weeks. It's going to be important that we try to keep them up, of course, and especially for exfil for us once we're all done at Objective Groundhog. So maybe we can just have the VIX down here somewhere, kind of by 1-4 and whoever else is down there, and then we come in from the south to the north and just have the blue district, like the road, be the singular phase line. We don't have to come in from it from the west. That might be detrimental, but what do you guys think?
The only problem with coming in from the north to south is the crossfire.
South to north. You said north to south.
I don't like having two elements on opposing sides of the thing, because like so it's like crossfire.
No, we're not coming in from the north. We're coming in from the south.
So
we park the VIX here, and then the fucking squads that are clearing come in from the south and go north, and then at that point they can come back. They're not going to go any farther than right here, I'd imagine, right? So we can come through. There's really no reason for 1-4 to be shooting into the town because there's nothing they can see. There's friendlies in there, potentially civilians. We have to think about that as well. They just have to cover the sides, and then air can cover just this northern arc right in through here in the kill box, of course. So we're not coming from the north. We can come in from the south instead, is what I'm saying.
User joined your channel.
Yeah.
Fucking civilians. We can't have a kill box.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, if it's in the middle of an open field like here, you could put a kill box. Because I mean,
yes and no.
And I would still hope.
Less than a click.
True.
There.
Okay. So
we just call air as needed. Obviously, they'll watch vehicles come in and they'll report that QRF is coming in, and once that gets reported in, I feel if air doesn't prosecute, we can do it.
Yeah.
And if we can't do it, then we have to hunker down the squads and wait for those vehicles to fucking situate themselves and then try to take them out. But that's all situational. I think we should focus on the plan. And I think what we got going on right now is not too shabby.
I marked
Okay, so are we
rough.
all in agreement? Coming in from the west, then? Is that what we want to do?
Yeah,
We
I
can,
like the.
we can always
I like the
always switch
tree
it up.
cover.
Come
Yeah,
in from the west and set up on the north side with a machine gun team, because there is less elevation points, as in less areas of low visibility.
You
We
can
don't have
also
to
bring a
spread our
striker
teams
as
up.
well, so something
Trainer.
we still have that.
yeah. What's up?
You've got marks for us to turn right here and come up this way.
Yeah,
Would it be better if we
went
kind
around
of came
maybe.
up this way?
Oh yeah,
Yep,
because
and
we
then
come up this way, it's
have
gonna
1-4, have 1-4 break off to get to their support by fire position, and then have the rest of the platoon come in up here.
Well, I mean, I don't know how thick this tree line is here, so maybe it would be better if then, until we went right here, left. Oh yeah, no, I see what you mean now. And then we just follow this round and then come up this route here.
I know he was talking about here. We can make it through that road.
That's not a road.
That-
Oh
that's
wait,
not
no,
a
that is a
road.
road. Yeah, no, it is. It just looks like a power line. My bad. No, so we could come up through here. I'd say let's leave the Vic somewhere around here, and then we can either hard or soft dismount depending on probably numbers. I like Vic support, but it's not really needed because obviously 1-4 and other SBF up here paired with RPG threat.
I'm going to be honest with you guys. I think this route is better just because I feel like it's safer. That's going to give us more tree cover to the east. And I don't see a big loss of time or anything like that once we get moving.
What route?
That goes through. Do you see where I'm? Zaitsevo? You see my?
We don't want to go through a major city.
Yeah, I want to avoid going through anything. Although there isn't an unknown redfall mark here, I still don't trust that there isn't some kind of guerrilla or insurgent
regardless,
force.
we've got civilians. And then with the presence of civilians, we probably got fucking.
Because that'll go around it.
They could have spotters down
mean,
here to call these dudes.
What if we just went like
true.
this? We go around. If you really want to utilize the tree cover to its maximum potential, we just go right the way around and then come up on this side of it, and then we can dismount kind of down here.
Why don't we just keep going straight here? And
I mean, look, it's
I
whatever.
didn't think about the fucking spotters. I like going straight. Actually, I think that's a better idea. I think you're right.
That would be.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that route. My bad.
So we're deleting that one.
Yeah,
What were we
and
saying,
then we'll
Decker?
just continue, not left
I
there,
like
but
going
straight.
In worst
Yeah.
case, we could always dismount, further back, where elevation is more in our favor if we needed to, if it was a serious concern.
I mean, yeah, nothing saying that this is set in stone. We have to stick to it. I mean, if we see something that's gonna be more advantageous to us, fuck the plan. Let's adapt and take that instead.
all of this is really, really flat.
Yeah,
Alright, so
Yeah,
this
I
is-
know it's ridiculous.
everything in this
Let's-
place is super flat.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Gallagher's connecting, so hopefully he gets in. But in the case that Gallagher does not connect, we need someone from S2 to read out the story and someone to read out the actual con op and what we're going to be doing today.
So are you second in command?
Yeah,
If
you're.
AK's here, then no.
Oh yeah, Seike then
Well,
you.
AK's been having problems. Did he make it in yet?
All right, I'll do the con op.
Fucking 1-3 has 2 guys, including myself tonight.
1-2 is
This
looking
is
at
gonna be bad.
5. We have Meadows coming in around 3:30. I should have Castle Otherwade. Ambergy should be here, but he's been having mod issues. 2 will be about 6, maybe 7 at most.
With her mic.
One's
Yeah.
sitting at 6.
And I'll
if
see you
people
less.
Can get in.
Okay. Hey Bronson.
Looks like we got a lot of fill-ins too.
That'll be good. What are we looking at for air tonight?
I assume Traub will be here. Rolf is having personal issues, so he won't be here, so probably no Apache. I don't know
Okay.
if Dunn will show up with him not being here.
If Dunn shows up, what are you
Hey,
going to have
Rivera, you
him
up on
running?
comms?
The only thing that I
It's
know that
looking
he
pretty
knows how
thin
to fly
tonight.
is the A10, and I don't know if Jaeger showed up. I don't know if Rico even wants him flying the A10.
Okay, so
That's the
that's
issue.
in the wind at the minute. So
I mean, Dunn's a higher rank than me, so I can't make him do anything.
well, I mean, yeah, but you're actually here.
Yeah,
Um,
I know.
we were hoping to have.
Me and
What
Eason,
kit are
I'd
you
like
running?
Eason with me, so we're probably not going to do a whole lot, but if he needs to fly, if we need 2 birds, we can do 2 birds.
Okay.
Good check.
It's okay.
I
feel
don't
like
think we're
running
gonna need
AR at all.
resupply. To be honest with you, I can
Yeah,
imagine we come into that much context.
Honestly,
I
I
really
would.
don't think it's going to be that much flying today, but we do have
Copy.
ghost stuff
Yeah, I'll
too
be
in the
right
drone
out there.
at least.
So instead of having
I
a
have-
helo running ISR, we'd have the drone. That would probably be
Absolutely.
better.
Well, the drone's always running ISR,
Yeah.
so
So, in terms of exfil, what are we thinking? Do we want to get the 2 journalists and then push back to kind of around the dismount point, if not further, and have air meet us there and exfil them there? Obviously, with that being an
User
issue, if
joined
there
your
are
channel.
spotters or any guerrilla forces in this town, that is a very short distance away, and they'll be able to hit the birds either spooling up from the airfield or coming over.
I mean, just like the good check. Just like the infill, where we can use smokes and try to get in there. We can use smokes to exfil and then move back to our LZ.
Hey, none of this
I
matters.
think-
Gallagher wants a server restarting.
What do you mean? No, we still did some planning. I mean, we could just put all the marks back.
Yeah. Let me take screenshots of all this. I don't know if he means.
Before he fucking restarts, we could have 1-4, their striker, or whatever you guys decide to fucking take, move up, since they're going to be closer to the VIX, move up, grab the 2 journalists just so they're inside something, so they don't get killed by some fucking shrapnel or some shit like that. Get in there, and then bring maybe a couple people back, a squad back, whatever we can fit, back to the dismount point where the VIX are. You guys can secure the area while the rest of the platoon moves back to meet you at the VIX, and then we can all convoy up from there.
Here's my concern.
All right, we'll save this for later. Let's restart the server.
Okay.
Yeah. Come on.
User left your channel. User joined your channel.
Fucking hell.
User left your channel.
Why is it on this map? Ooh. What the fuck have you done?
Channel switched.
BCC boys. Any call sign?
User joined your channel.
I'll copy over.
Hold on, midget pants. I'm still getting my radio.
User left your channel.
Well, nobody else got on
Fucking-
the radio.
User joined your channel.
1-2 Alpha, signing on Radio Freak 5-5, radio check over. I cocked
Why don't
that
you
up
say
so
the
bad.
frequency on
I
it?
fucked that because you're meant to, so people who aren't paying attention know what
No, you're not.
frequency.
You're not supposed to say the frequency of the radio.
That's what Rico says, isn't it?
Yeah, any
Call sign on this net, yeah.
or
Radio
any call
check.
sign on 5-5 radio check.
Yeah. So
Yeah, but you're not supposed to.
I was gonna
People know
say,
you're-
Well, why can't
I
you?
mean,
Is
I'm-
the
I'm-
question.
I'm
Then
sure
people
the-
can figure out your frequency.
oh
Nobody
my
knows
god.
what frequency
Call
it is.
signs is net. This
If
is
they-
1-3 Bravo on 5-5. How copy over?
1-3
If
Bravo,
they-
1-2
if they-
Alpha, Lima Charlie.
If they're
User
tuning
joined
into
your
the
channel.
radio,
Roger that,
while
reach
hearing
5x5,
your
out.
frequency, then they
They're not
already
tuning
have
into the radio,
frequency.
Decker. They can hear you around you.
Stone radio
monkey.
check.
Good check, Stone. Good to have you on board.
Hell yeah.
User joined your
All right.
channel.
Alright, let's let the guys load in.
Hey, I'm gonna get to marking shit again.
Video check.
Yeah,
Radio check.
the guy's gonna tell Carnivale,
Fuck your shit, Carnivale.
Those are very nice.
Fucking made the district lines in group chat on accident.
if we bring the striker in to pick up the HVTs, the only problem is it's gonna get targeted.
And why couldn't they just capture American journalists? We gotta save a Canadian.
Yeah, we're gonna capture him. He's gonna be, oh, sorry, eh?
Yeah.
Didn't know I was gonna get taken.
Coming
Man.
up the works, dude. Now we gotta find out if he's like French Canadian or not.
French Canadian, he died.
Oh shit. I was just gonna say that he wasn't gonna be invited to the after party, but okay.
No, fuck the French Canadians. They are complete and utter assholes.
Yeah, this is pretty weak, dude. Only got 2 guys in my squad.
mean, Bro, even the French Canadians don't like the French Canadians.
Damn, that's shitty.
How many guys have y'all got?
Yeah,
We're
Well,
at
I mean, if the French
5
Canadians don't like 'em, I mean,
currently.
They're
saying
comparable
so.
to Hitler.
Yeah, like I say, Meadow should be here soon. No cab, no castle.
I don't know about that.
I should have
but
Amboogie, but he's been having mod issues, so I really don't know.
Bad and Canadians are bad, so by
I
that
wonder what
reasoning,
1-1's
Canadians are
numbers are
double bad.
looking like.
I'd be worried.
Just
I thought I saw Meadows trying to connect.
Yeah, he might have been trying to get in early, I don't
You know,
know.
John.
Hey, he's up there in the
Ah,
lobby
thanks.
with everybody else.
User in your
I think
channel
that might be
timed out.
issue.
Yes,
A bunch of people disconnected.
Yeah, 'cause this shit's being broken. Arma is being Arma, gentlemen.
A lot of people getting armored.
User joined your channel.
I'm gonna cry.
User
And are
joined
we
your
having,
channel.
a squad also coming from the south? Is that what
Yeah.
that means? Gotcha.
That's what we spoke about.
Okay.
No? That's not what we spoke about?
I don't think so.
What, having
I
a
thought that
no
was
no
the
no
support by
no
fire coming from
yeah
the south.
support by
Yeah.
fire and the QRF is south.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so that's
so
gonna
we-
be QRF. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, so we have a support by fire and an attack by fire. You guys make the lines yellow. No one can ever see the stupid yellow lines.
Dog, I can see
Yeah,
it.
I mean I can see
Get
it.
some, get
Whatever,
some
dude.
glasses, dog.
It's like
I
you
think this
pissed
is
on
just
the
going
map.
fine.
Yeah, dude, that's not.
Hashtag diversity.
Is that not how you make the yellow lines? They make a brown line too if you want.
Yeah, no, you can keep that.
Yeah. I could see clearly.
So
Down with the
like
brown
Can't
line.
see shit.
like like I'm
Oh,
like
yeah, I
I'm
guess it
thinking.
is, yeah.
The only thing that I see,
I don't know how that fucking
if
suck
we
this.
exfil the HPTs with the striker,
Hmm.
the only thing is it's going to be targeted heavy by any QRF or anything.
Hashtag
Definitely.
That is true.
Maybe if we plan on doing that, we have all the squads kind of on this side, alongside the striker and the HVTs, and the striker just zooms over into this tree line. Everyone else slowly kind of peels backwards, or traveling Overwatch, bounding with fire or whatever, back to our Vix. And then if we are going to do that, where are we having this LT? So we could go north, we could go south, but like I said, if there are spotters or insurgent forces in here, they're not only going to hear the bird spool up and leave in this direction, they're going to know from QRF forces and forces in here that we're doing...
User
Oh,
channel
my
switched. Channel switched.
I'm actually going to cry.
Dude,
It looks like is it the same group of people that can't get in?
yeah, we're all in perfectly fine. It's just a case of second time.
Some
User
fucked
left
up
your
with their
channel.
Arma.
User left your channel.